Hello everyone, this is Blender Guppy. Welcome to a creative bundle demo and hopefully for Final Cut as well. I'm going to test out the new features for random flow, particularly partition mesh on a cylinder design. And as you can see here in the upcoming update, the UI will also change. So partition mesh is exposed on the main menu, and so load images is now in utility submenu, and data is now in the mesh submenu, as well as normal picker and tag words. So I'm going to try out two of the presets that I made in random panels. So I'm going to implement presets in the next update, but you will have to copy paste this yourself on the in Windows in the app data folders. And for Mac and Linux, there'll be um, instructions for that in the text file, which will accompany the presets to as to where you will copy paste the files. Okay, so let's just design the base mesh first. Let's establish a mirror in the X, Y, and Z. Separate this, so this will be glass. This will have a material later on. I'm going to reestablish the mirror on apply mesh, and then F, and then reestablish the mirror. F to close the faces, the face of the mirror. X, Y, and Z. And delete the face in the middle. X, F. The auto smooth, and this as well, auto smooth. So for this, I'm going to use creative flow, add a draw modifier, and solidify thickness. So offset is -1. So when we increase the offset, it goes inwards. So offset of 0, the thickness will originate from the center or from the faces, using the faces as the center. So let's do -1. It's like that. Okay. So to help us avoid, if we use a level 2 subdivision on this, we will start to see the banding. So what we're going to do instead is use subdivision level 1, but provide enough topology for that subdivision from the initial base mesh, so we don't have to increase the faces for the randomization to play with, and we won't have to need something like subdivision level 2 and above. So 8 here, then 8 here as well. and 8 here as well. And let's do 2 here, and let's do here. So this, delete this. What's that? I think I hate that for the, okay, let's delete this, select this faces and press scale, Z, and then 0. So we scale that in the Z axis using the 0 value. So they flattened out essentially. So 3 here and 2 here. Okay, save this as cylinder 1. Okay, so let's try let's partition this using sharp. It's okay, partition mesh, sharp, and let's do 5 degrees, 15 degrees. Okay, so essentially, the mesh is split in sections using the sharp edges, and this will allow you to selectively use the random flow operators or the randomizer operators on selective areas of the mesh at a time instead of using the entire set of the entire faces, which will result in lag or sometimes crashes. Okay, let's use the one of the presets here. I've already created two: merge panel level 1 heavy and merge panel level 1 light. So heavy, so the effect of the randomization is merged into the mesh using the merge panel toggle. And the initial subdivision is level 1. That's why we have level 1 there. And heavy means that the depth strength is strong, whereas if we use merge panel level 1 light, the effect will be lighter. So um, this is kind of like using heavy first to create the big shapes, then going in and using the merge panel light to create the smaller details. That's where the effect of the depth property is more subtle. So in this case, we're going to use the heavy. And since we use subdivision level 1 and the effect is merged in the mesh, you can see that all other split sections of the mesh are also subdivided. This way, when we repair the mesh and connect everything, they will connect properly. Okay, let's repeat that. And so that's yeah, this one, and play around with the panel size or the depth set. Depth, panel size and panel seed, not the depth set. Depth seed. Increase the margin here. And we're going to get rid of the center line by using this. Also randomize the depth. Just looking for something that makes sense for the overall design that I'm trying to do. I think this one's perfect just for the big shapes. Okay. Since the first operation of the since the first operation we used using the random panels already increased the subdivision of this mesh, we don't need to use the subdivision anymore. So just leave it to 0 since the mesh is already subdivided and we have the faces we need to create the details or for the randomization algorithm to play with. Let's try this one first. Click and I'll click on the operator to select the faces or the surrounding faces. You can try other solvers, shortest, longest. So the path only works for the walk solver, but the newer one is the square, which I really like at the moment. Let's fix this part here by increasing or playing around with the depth. Let's try and see what the other button. So this is 23. Control C to copy the value and then play around. Look around for play around with the seed some more to see if there's others patterns that are more appropriate. So if you happen to not find anything useful, you can bring up the copied value by hovering over the property and pressing Control V to paste. But I like the new one, so 35. Let's go with that. Okay, let's try this. Pick a face here and Alt Alt plus click on the operator to select all the faces, all the surrounding faces. Okay, this is probably too strong. I'm going to reduce this to somewhere around like that. And I think this is good. Okay, so this is still in sections. So this is the inner part of the model. Okay, let's try this one. This looks good. This one here, go to get rid of that. It's the center line. Yeah, I think that's good. So when you finish deciding the model, you can just collapse the edges that are needed to maintain the structure, like this tree here, for example. But for this, we need this to maintain this structure here and keep the quad. If you want to keep the quad structure, uh, then you don't need to delete this. But if you don't care about the quad structure, you can just delete it. Something like that. We didn't press the page is selected. Wait, let's bring it down. The distance as well with the increase this. Find something that doesn't have a center line, so we don't need to keep squeezing the symmetry line and end up actually pinching the other areas. Radial. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's try the outside. So you can see that um, so the presets is using 80% panel amount, which means that some of the panel islands will be removed, and this is inverting the amount, so the bigger panel islands will be removed first. If you toggle this off, then the smaller islands will be removed first. So, but this combination is probably, I think, the best, since you have the detail on some areas, which are the 20% that are removed. Will provide the rest areas where you can see that it's not overly detailed. We still have sections of the um, mesh that are more relaxed than the other, so we can leave it as like that. So it looks better. It looks more uh, real in terms of design. Okay, let's try. Oh, let's model the outside. Just remember that if you have to click on the preset again, then the level 1 subdivision will activate, and you have to, of course, reduce it to 0 for this instance here. But just remember that in case you're dealing with really high resolution, really high resolution mesh already, then remember this. So if you're unsure, you can create a proxy object. Okay, use one of the presets and then reduce the cuts to 0. So uh, the settings have now been set to the selected preset, but you have reduced the cut to 0. Delete the proxy mesh, then use it. Then use the operator again on your high resolution mesh, and then do not use the preset because it's already the properties have already been set. Just press the just press one of the highlighted property enum property buttons like this one here, where you have selections. Just press one of them. This will be your kind of like your OK button to activate the script. My God, wait. I thought we could undo that. So I need to, okay, increase the distance for the clip center. Okay, so I need this to be more relaxed. Set this to 20. Set this to 180 and reduce the depth, and then just look for something that for a pattern that looks looks cool. Let's use square for okay. Square needs a bit uh square needs is more sensitive with the panel size, so you need this to be more to the you need this to be smaller. I think this is good. You just increase the margin here in there we go. And right, let's try it here. Also a bit more relaxed than um the center part. Just looking for a pattern that's actually this looks good. Let's play around with the uh let's play around with the depth. Let me take this one's the initial surface quadrant. Okay, let's get rid of the clipping. It's good. I'm going to manually clip this cut or create a panel cut, not clip. There you go. And now I can partition the mesh some more. Okay, I'm searching for the partition mesh in the mesh submenu. So I forgot I already exposed it in the main submenu. Okay, let's choose 1, 5, 15 is good. Okay, so we just with the new details we divided the mesh or split the mesh some more. So for things like this, where it kind of crept on this island here, so you can split this some more using the since there is no sharp edges here, we can just use the uh, random solver. Radial is good for this, and play around with the size and also the there we go. Also the panel seed. Panel seed. Wait, panel seed. Panel size. Oh, that's good. I was just thinking about the terminology. Also, okay, we can just because these faces are too small for the randomization, and it might cause some distortion there. Okay, So selective areas for the randomization. This is panel seed 5. So I like this. So I'll remember the number 5. Still look around for something else. And don't just play with the panel seed. Also play around with the size. Triangulate. Triangulate. Still need to edit this. I need to, like I said in the past video, I need to, the triangulate needs to be immune to the subdivision. Right now, the sides of the triangles are dependent on the subdivision. I need this to be not uh, dependent on the subdivision. For the triangle patterns to be larger, even if using higher subdivision. So that's the to do in the future. Let's see. I forgot the 5. I think yeah, 5 is the other ones are better. Make this lighter and increase the. Yeah, I think this is good. Look at that. Let's play around with depth. First one's good. Okay, so selective areas for further details. I think this part here is a little more relaxed than I want, so I will go in there and okay, let's remove this space. Actually, let's just what is this? Clear sharp. What was that? Clear sharp. Nope. Okay, there's clear sharp. Oh my god, what happened here? Something happened here. Okay. Um, partition mesh. Okay, partition mesh random. There we go. And then I could just okay, avoid this part. And panel seed. I think we may have doubles here. I don't know where it probably came from the initial randomization. Also this one. I use this one to fix this slide. Okay, let's just get rid of the partition and something happened here and which I did not catch, but this is can easily be repaired. Merge to last. So this one here. J to connect and there we go. And then use knife, connect it here. Vertex slide and delete this one. Okay. We can establish the partition. Sharp. There we go. And we need this one here. So random mesh, random. Play around with the seed value. There we go. Hopefully the yeah. So the sharp edges you see here is from the split. So don't worry about that. Uh, that was actually the thickness. We were having trouble. The because of the size of the, there we go, the size of the faces. Thickness. Let's go look for some more patterns. So somebody arrived. Uh, I may have to cancel the shading and set it for part two of this video. Somebody arrived. The workers arrived that will work on my new workroom. So yeah, so I need to like supervise them. I'm already being told. Okay, so we actually need to, based on this, need to, no, let's leave this as, actually we can, but let's just, oh, uh, partition, there we go. And let's give it detail, but not too much. There, perfect. So some areas like this, wait, and there we go. You can also, what you're seeing here, the workflow um, you're watching here, you can repurpose it to create like spaceships, cylindrical spaceships, something like that, or parts of a spaceship. It can actually be a module. We have astronauts going here, and then there's some sort of room here, and then they go past here. Uh, yeah, things like that. So essentially, when you've finished with the partition mesh, you can repair the mesh by pressing Control and then clicking on the operator. But you need to maintain the quad structure, to, and then use the partition mesh. Do not get rid of the quad structure because, like dissolving it like that. Because if you do, then mesh will not work anymore. It cannot connect those. It cannot connect those borders. That is why the operator is in edit mode. When you subdivide, every section is subdivided so their vertices and their boundaries match up. And when we get rid of the effect, we can the script can properly uh, merge these vertices together. Okay, so Control, click on the button, and there we go. I should do a count here on how many vertices emerge, or yeah, I should do a count. A message here that displays how many verts are, just to um, let you know that the script has worked. Just like, for example, if I split this and then M by distance, you can see removed two vertices. So kind of like that. Just to let you know that the merge has actually worked. Okay. Then we can create basic vertex color for this to be used for the diffuse, black and white, and then sharp. Because this is unimesh, we can't have islands, or and this is just a single object. So we're going to use sharp. So for every, it's kind of like partition mesh. Uh, Cuts the mesh into separate sections by sharp angles, then gives each section a different vertex color. Okay, mark sharp, and we can use what degree did we use last time? 15 degrees for the partition mesh. So 15 degrees here also, just to cover all the um, angles. So you can play around here. So if you're testing this out on your shader and you don't like the initial operation result of the random, just go back and do this. Randomize it again. Okay, so cursor selected. Oh my god. Did we just delete our no? So okay, so this will be our glass, and hopefully we can manipulate the glass shader to let us show the, because the default setting of the glass will have the based on your lighting and your environment lighting, your ambient lighting. This will be hardly seen from the glass, so we're going to use combination of transparency and the glass shader to actually see this big part, because it's kind of wasteful. We did all that detail and we can see it. Okay, so that will be in the part two. I've already saved this, so at least in the part two we can these videos will be shorter, and I can focus more on shading in the next video. We already have the detail here. So if we need more detail, we can just go back and partition the mesh. Yeah, partition sharp, 15 degrees. And start all over again. Okay. Shift U, control click, repair, and H. Okay, so I gotta deal with the workers. So it's yeah. Stay tuned for the next video. Okay, so thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, use the comments section or the links in the description. Um, Again, thank you for watching and have a nice day.